Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for tonight's broadcast. Glad to see you all here. Actually, I think my heater's on the wrong side of the curtain, and that's going to bug me. Let me fix that. So anyway, welcome. Glad to see you all here for this video. I am going to be doing 5 minutes of Reiki for whoever comes into the room, whether you come in while I'm presenting or later. And then after that, we'll do 55 minutes of tarot reading and affirmation building, coaching, mentoring, that type of stuff. But for starters, we are going to begin with the Reiki. For the Reiki, I am setting the intention for whatever is for each of your highest and best interest for each of you as individuals. If you guys have something more specific that you would like the Reiki to help you with, feel free to go ahead and set that intention for whatever that specific need is for yourself. Let me go ahead and get this started. All right, so we are starting that at 6:46. That means we're going to be finishing it up at 6:51. So Reiki will be finishing up at 6:51. Already feeling a lot of energy flowing out. I don't know if that person is in the room or not yet that it's flowing out to, but a lot of energy flowing into the base chakra. And the base chakra just means that Reiki is helping somebody with their sense of security in life, whether that's with relationships or whether that's with finances, whatever it is that makes them feel secure. The Reiki is helping with that. Miriam Diop, I hope I'm saying your name right. Hello. Is Miriam a correct pronunciation? We've also got a lot of energy going into the solar plexus, which has to do with expressing ourselves in the world. That can be our posture, how we carry ourselves, our handwriting, the vehicle we drive, the gait that we have for our walk, our tone of voice. Oh, I am so glad. Names are important, aren't they? I think they are. It drives me crazy when people try to type my name as AMI. I'm like, what? So I think names are important. We also have some Reiki energy going into feet right now as well. Feet have to do with, if there's not actually a medical reason why they're going into feet, that energy is going into feet, then feet also have to do with finding our purpose, finding our direction. Sometimes just for the day, but sometimes for, what is our life purpose? Why are we here? What's our direction? So having Reiki go into those feet is very helpful for getting us on track, so to speak, helping us find our track. Mary Ann, where are you watching us from, honey? I should say, where are you watching me from? Me and the Reiki. Although the Reiki is kind of hard to see. Senegal, West Africa. I was thinking that was an African name. I think you've been here before, and we've talked about that before, haven't we? If I'm thinking right. Don't forget to put a thumbs up on this video if it is benefiting you. Please, that benefits me. Nice little energy exchange there. Oh, gotcha. So that's why you understand English really well, huh? What did you study here? I was going to say, I think I've seen your name before. And thank you for subscribing and following me. I appreciate that. It's Friday night over here at about 6:50 in the evening. I don't know how many people are going to show up. Everybody might be out to dinner or getting ready for a night out. International relations. Well, what an appropriate thing to go to a different country to study. I think that's very interesting. I think people are very interesting, much less crossing cultures. One more minute of Reiki. All right, let's wrap the Reiki up. We might have a quiet house tonight. I was very lucky. I got to travel in Germany when I was with the military, and I learned a lot from being there. I visited a couple other European countries, but I actually lived in Germany and had some friends that were German civilians. And it was quite interesting, actually, the different perspectives on things. So right now we're transitioning over from Reiki to tarot questions, or if you want help with building an affirmation, or any other kind of mentoring or coaching or whatever, just throw it on up in the chat box, and I'll be happy to help you with what I can. It definitely opens your mind, that's for sure. It amazes me. I have a lot of friends who have never left their hometown, and I've lived in a few places in the United States, and I just always, I don't understand that. AP, hello, hello. Glad to see you in, my dear. We finished up Reiki. We're on to questions or affirmations. Work-wise, what kind of time frame are we looking at, Miriam? And are we looking like to see what kind of work you get, or like what happens in your career at the job you have? I feel like my wick is too long on this candle. I'm going to have to trim it real quick. If I can reach in there and do that. There we go. Don't forget to put a thumbs up on this video if you appreciate what I'm doing here today. La, da, da, da. Okay, so let's look at soon. Are we looking like within the next month, the next 3 months? What are you considering soon, honey bunny? Now you're totally changing questions on me. Now you want to know if you're going to get this particular job. Figure out what you want to ask me. Okay, let's go with, will you get a job within the next 3 months? Yeah. That's their favorite line. We'll call you. Right? You definitely don't quit putting out resumes when they say that. Although I did have a job once, I really wanted it badly. I thought it was a perfect fit for that place, and I didn't get it. And then 4 months later, they called me because the person that they had given the job to ended up moving away. They kind of weren't happy with her anyway. And then they had me come on in without re-interviewing a bunch of people. And I could tell they were kind of kicking themselves that they had hired that other girl in the middle. Gabby, Gabby. You didn't even say hello to me, Gabby. Okay. Will Miriam get a job within the next 3 months? What's that? Okay, so I do think you're going to get a job within the next 3 months. I think you're going to get a job about 2 months out, but you've got some drama before that. That's what all the is about, okay? So let's look at what you have. Ace of Pentacles shows up off the bat in reverse. To me, this is giving somebody a second chance. So I'm guessing just from what you've said that this is somebody that, maybe they said, maybe this is the same company, the one that said that they would call you back and you haven't heard from them. They may call you back and you may say, yeah, I'm still looking. And you might give them a second chance. You might go in for another interview or whatever, okay? Now, Seven of Swords, something's going on the down low here. There's something sneaky happening here. These guys are not really having any kind of intention of giving you a job. They may have already somebody in their own minds that they're going to hire. So what they're doing is just going through the protocols or something, because Seven of Swords, that's somebody doing some sneaky, underhanded silliness, okay? And we've got it followed by the Tower. So I think that whenever you give these people a second chance, I think that you're going to come away with the idea that you've got a really good shot at getting that job. You're going to be kind of lulled into thinking that this could happen. And then we've got the Tower showing up, which says, nay, nay. You're going to suddenly and unexpectedly find out that they have filled that position without them even contacting you at all. All right? So don't stop putting out resumes. Okay? I don't like these people. Now, look at 2 months out. We have the Sun. The Sun is a very auspicious card in the tarot deck. This by itself is a yes card. But like I said, it doesn't come up until about 2 months out. So with the Sun, you are getting a job. This is a job that makes you feel happy and fulfilled as well with that Sun card. And then we've got the King of Cups showing up in reverse. There's somebody in your sphere of influence who is not going to be thrilled about this job you have. Well, I don't know what to tell you, because I think you're going to be thrilled about this job you have. So I think this person is going to have to kind of suck it up, because it's not their job. So that's what I've got for you. Hi, Gran. Welcome, welcome. We just got started into questions, honey bunny. So AP was, no, Gabby was the next question. Gabby. Hello, Gabby. Should she give Darius a chance? I've always liked the name Darius. There was a guy in my high school when I was going to high school, so we were talking many, many, many moons ago. Oh, so hot. His name was Darius. He was kind of a troubled individual, and I never dated him, but I'd have loved to. AP is up next. Will doctors finally help me with gut issues? Okay. Finally, as in when? Like on your next appointment? You're so funny, Gabby. You just got so excited you forgot to say hi. I kind of slept through the last snowfall. I actually, on Wednesday, ended up getting food poisoning or some kind of stomach bug. The jury's still out on that. I don't know. But I went into For Heaven's Sake, and then I came right back home from For Heaven's Sake. I didn't even do a Facebook Live in there. And then I slept all of Wednesday and pretty much all of Thursday for the most part. Within the next 6 months, okay. Will doctors help AP with gut issues? AP, have you been looking up like old wives' tale type of remedies? Because sometimes these doctors, man, sometimes we have to take things into our own hands and kind of help them out a little bit. We don't stop going to them. We just do some extra stuff. Like for instance, if I get a cold or something, I'm making my what I call my magic potion with my garlic and my lemon and my raw honey. I don't know if a naturopath is exactly what I mean, because they still prescribe medicine. I mean, like, look up some old, like, Native American type of old school medicines. Things like willow bark for pain, and I don't know what you would use for something like what you're dealing with, but I bet you there's some old school stuff out there that's like things you would find in your cupboard that would help. I would start researching that. I don't know what to tell you would do it, but I know I would start researching it. Let's see. I already answered Miriam's question. La da 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 da. Oh, I've never even seen Soul Inspiration. I haven't checked it out. Most of the stuff I check out that's not For Heaven's Sake, like if it's Denver area, I go to For Heaven's Sake straight up because I know they have what I want. And then the other places I check out end up being like while I'm out in nature, you know, running around up in the tiny towns like Netherland and Salida and stuff like that. Whatever I wander across out there. Even actually, Idaho Springs has a rock shop I haven't checked out yet either. I want to check that one out. Who's next? Let's see. La, da, da. I know, they have everything that you need. And if they don't have it, they'll order it for you. And they're very friendly. Plus, I love Diane. Diane's the owner there, and she's just an amazing person. Okay, so let's answer some questions. I've got 2 questions right in front of me right now. I've got one from Gabby and one from AP. You guys, if you are appreciating this type of video, please put a thumbs up on it. Also share it. It's like Friday night. We barely have anybody in here tonight. Probably everybody's out partying or getting ready to party. I don't know. Let's see. Is it a good idea for Gabby to give Darius a chance? Is it a good idea for Gabby to give Darius a chance? Is it a good idea for Gabby to give Darius a chance? Ba-da-da-da. Well, you got some really weird cards on this, actually. Some surprising cards, and they're just kind of all over the place. I think this is going to be a confusing freaking mess. Let's show you what we've got here. Gabby, do you know cards at all? Because if you do, you'll see the storyline when I start showing the cards. Let's see, I think you do. 2 of Cups in reverse. That's a bleh card. 6 of Wands, right side up. That's a ooh card. The Star, right side up. Another card. Page of Pentacles in reverse. That's a bleh card. And the Knight of Pentacles right side up. Another, we like it card. So isn't that interesting? Really, it's a tie. If you want to know what's on the table here, I would say that this is a tie. You can give him a second chance if you want to. I mean, if you do, you're going to create some nice times with him. It's okay. So let's just walk through this so you've got a heads up of what happens if you give him a second chance. All right. Gotcha. So you've got Two of Cups starting off in reverse. That just means that there's not a lot of chemistry and a lot of attraction here, which kind of need that if you're thinking about anything serious, or even if you're thinking about a one-night stand, like that's all you need, really. But either way, you kind of need it. I'm not seeing that here from one end or the other, maybe from both of your ends. There's just not a lot of chemistry here. There's not a lot of fire. There's Six of Wands. There's genuine appreciation. I think he really does genuinely appreciate who you are. The Star card, I think that both of you, actually, in spite of the lack of chemistry, both of you kind of have high hopes of where this could go. The Page of Pentacles in reverse, though, this is somebody saying, I'm not putting any energy or effort into this. I feel like that's him. I don't feel like that's you. I feel like that's him. But it's so weird because right behind it, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is definitely putting energy into it. But putting energy into it slow. So here's the thing. You got to sort out if you want to be in something that starts off without any chemistry, because what a bummer. Unless that changes over time, what a bummer. There is some general appreciation there. Both of you see how you could build a future together. I think with this Page of Pentacles in reverse, I think this guy's going to be telling you, I'm not really looking for anything serious. But at the same time, he's going to be putting in the action as if he's looking for something serious, which is just going to have you confused. He's basically trying to have his cake and eat it too by saying, I don't want anything serious, but yet putting in enough energy and effort that you're kind of taking him serious. I see that as a freaking nightmare waiting to happen because you don't know what's going on when. It's that whole, are we written in the sand? Or are we tattoos? Like, what is this? Because he's never going to give you a straight answer. I mean, you can do it if you want. I've been on those roller coaster rides already. I kind of had enough. All right, so that was for Gabby. Next up is AP. AP, weren't you asking me about another health issue last time, I'm thinking? Will the doctors help with gut issues for her within the next 6 months? What'd you say was wrong anyway? Small intestine bacteria. Seemed like you were asking about headaches or something. I can't remember exactly now. So here's the thing. Within the next 6 months, yes, they are going to help. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be better. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you research on eating, incorporating plain yogurt into your diet that has the natural probiotics in it that haven't been killed. And when I say plain, I don't mean vanilla. I mean no flavoring, plain. It basically tastes like sour cream, very close to that taste. But plain yogurt is really good at balancing out the growth in our digestive system so that we have the right things growing there and not the wrong things. And I don't know if that's exactly what you're battling with, but I would research it on my own and I would see if that's going to be something that'll help you or not. It's definitely something that, believe it or not, it helps with yeast infections, helps with urinary tract infections, and I can say that from personal experience. So I don't know why it wouldn't help with an overgrowth infection. Seems like it would, but I could be wrong. I'm not a doctor. Anyway, you do start off with the Wheel of Fortune, which does talk about things going well. For me, this comes across as you're going to find a doctor who's willing to listen to you and actually give your questions some consideration. Okay? Emperor. Somebody also who's willing to take accountability, stand up and say, yep, we're going to take care of this, and willing to actually dig deep to take care of it. Then we have, I would research the yogurt, because if you can bypass medical stuff and just eat a couple of tablespoons of yogurt every day, wouldn't that kind of be preferable than going to the doctor 6 times before they sort it out? 6 of Pentacles, there's going to be definitely some kind of payment going on for this. So this just means to me that this is not all covered under insurance. Some of this would be coming out of your pocket. All right. The World card in reverse tells me that whatever they do, it makes an improvement, but it's not ideal. You're still feeling like, I really wish this was better. It's better than it was, but it's not really where you want it yet. Knight of Wands. This is where we see you actually taking action. So here's what I think is going to happen. Unless you use your free will and change something, here's what I think is going to happen. The doctors are going to help you. You're going to go, well, this is really close, but it's not exactly what I want. And then you're going to go, what was that Amista said? Something about yogurt? And then you're going to take action on your own behalf with that Knight of Wands. That's what I think is going to happen there. Then you definitely need to look at what you can do on your own. I mean, obviously, these doctors don't know. Otherwise, they would have taken care of it like 12 years ago or sooner. Okay, I've only answered 3 questions. There's 4 or 5 people in the room. Who else has questions for me or needs help building an affirmation? Needs some manifestation mentoring? Whatever you guys need. Those of you who are new to the room, check out the description box and then let me know what you would like me to help you with in the chat. Meanwhile, I'm going to pull a few cards to help us see what would be in our highest and best good to help us manifest whatever it is that each of us wants as an individual in our life right now. What should we be focusing on to manifest those things that are most important to us right now? Everybody think in your mind about something you want to manifest in your life, one specific thing. We're going to look at energy towards that. Y'all ready? Here we go. Wow. This is pretty powerful, guys. So we got the Queen of Swords in reverse. Page of Cups in reverse. 6 of Cups. Okay, so this is really interesting. Queen of Swords in reverse to me is cutting somebody out, cutting something off, blocking somebody out, not allowing communication with them anymore, no more interaction with that person. Okay, normally. It's followed by this Page of Cups in reverse. To me, this Queen of Swords followed by the Page of Cups in reverse isn't so much about cutting out a person. I mean, that could be included, but it's bigger picture than that. This is cutting out anything that we're not happy about, anything that we don't like. Cut it. If we want to manifest what we want, we got to get rid of the clutter. We got to get rid of the things we don't want. So cut that stuff out. Cut out the things that we don't want. And then with the Six of Cups, this is basically daydreaming. It's very similar to the Seven of Cups in another deck, actually. Yeah, this is a new deck for me. But the Six of Cups in this deck looks like daydreaming about how we want things. So in other words, Queen of Swords is a thinker. She's cutting out thinking about things that she doesn't want. She's focusing on things that she does want. Daydream, imagine, create those vision boards about those things that we do want. Find ways to trigger our thoughts towards those things that we do want and surround ourselves with those little trigger things, those little trigger devices that help us think about what we do want. So we're thinking about that more than what we're thinking about what we don't want. Cut out thinking about what we don't want. Basic advice there. Basic. All right. Were you laughing at my doctor thoughts? Or my Darius thoughts? Or just all my thoughts? You might be in a very good mood. You haven't asked me a question yet, Gran. No, I decided I'm going to hold off and wait. I'm going to let it get back to more natural color. I'm probably going to wait till like July to color it now, I think. It just keeps fading out. Slowly. I don't know. In this light, you can't see very much lavender, I don't think, but it looks still faded purple. And a lot of light. All my thoughts. Oh. Comedy Central right here, man. Truth is funnier than fiction. Truth is funnier than fiction. Actually, I've always believed that. I've had this problem all of my life where when I'm telling people a true story, they just start laughing. And after I was about 12, I just got used to it. I guess I just say it in a funny way. Or my life is just really jacked up. One of the two. Mr. Hair Buddha. Look, I'm just playing with my hair. However it turns out is however it turns out. I don't put a lot of energy into it, to be honest with you. You can kind of see from my makeup, like I don't put a lot of energy in. Look how many colors are on my eyes. Can you see? Oh no. One. Like I do makeup because culture and society says that we should, and you guys would probably think I looked sick if I didn't. Otherwise I wouldn't. So putting on hair color is just a game for me. I can't take it too seriously. Is that bad? Is that bad to say? Maybe I would feel different if I had a husband that I was trying to like keep excited, but that's not my main focus. Also, I'm kind of proud of my gray hairs. What else should we talk about while we're waiting for somebody else to ask a question? What do you guys think about those truckers in Canada? I saw something earlier on Facebook that now there's a bunch of people, I guess the police in Canada have started arresting people that are bringing gas to the truck drivers. Because it's cold, they probably have to run their cabs to stay warm. And so now a whole bunch of people in Canada are carrying around gas cans so that the police can't tell which people actually have gas and which don't. It's getting interesting. Oh, if he'll make me laugh, then I probably will watch him. The Hair Buddha. Mr. Hair Buddha. I'll watch just about anything for a laugh. It's a mess up there. It's a mess up there. And I guess people are worried that we're going to have protests like that around here. I haven't heard of anything happening in the U.S. Of course, I don't think we've targeted our truck drivers. We've just targeted our nursing personnel and our medical personnel. Kind of makes you look bad if you boycott a hospital or something, you know. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. And I think everybody needs to be, we really need to be praying for some harmony between people, so that people can actually talk and have opinions without triggering other people in either direction. This is one of those topics that has become a hot button topic, and it makes me really sad because I've got friends that just get all bent out of shape about the idea that people might have freedom of choice. And then I have other friends that get all bent out of shape about the idea that, you know, we have to wear masks and whatever. It's a bummer. You know, I'm really with George Carlin. I mean, he was saying in the 70s, look, if the earth gets tired of us, the earth has been around way more than us. All the earth has to do to get tired of us is just shake us off like fleas off of a dog. The earth could wipe us out in a minute. Who knows? We may only be here. He used to say, maybe our sole purpose in being here was to invent plastic. Maybe now that we've invented plastic, Mother Earth is ready to shake us off. I'm kind of with him. I'm not too worried about Mother Earth. She's going to find a way to... I am, Angela. Welcome, welcome. Hit a thumbs up and pop your question right in the chat box, honey. Now, having said that, I do think we need to recycle and do some pretty basic things. When we know that we're doing things that are not good for the earth, we should be definitely trying to take care of them. You know, like we can't be floating barges of trash just out into the ocean just because we don't know what to do with it. We're letting oil leak out into the ocean just because. I mean, everybody knows that's ridiculous. Will Miss Angela see Mr. Joseph tomorrow? You're a Libra, aren't you, Miss Angela? If I remember correctly. I thought so. You're showing up right in the middle of your spread here as the King of Swords. That's your middle card. I don't know if I like this, Joseph, honey. Page of Wands. Covered by the Emperor in reverse. That's my narcissistic type person. He's not only narcissistic, he's also incredibly immature. Or possibly way younger than you, maybe both. Page of Cups to the Six of Swords on the other side of you. So what I think I'm seeing here is really a tie about whether you're actually going to see him tomorrow. But if I would look at the details, I would say it's pretty likely that you will. Here's the thing, though. Spirit's giving you a heads up that this person is not the best character at all. And it looks to me like, you know, you want to do something nice for him with that Page of Cups. You want to talk to him sweetly. But the Six of Swords in reverse talks to me about this idea of you're going back to something that is not good to start with. And it may not even be so much about him as a pattern. You know, that pattern of thinking maybe somebody can rescue me, maybe showing up again. And this could be Spirit's way of saying, you know, if you go back to that pattern, you've got a problem. Because first of all, you haven't grown. But also, if you go back to that pattern, as in the concrete person of Joseph, now you're dealing with somebody who's an immature narcissist. And so, you know, they come off really nice at first. And then they end up being total rear ends later on. So I think really it's up to you with you being in the center of the spread, whether you see him or not. I think you know exactly where to find him. But Spirit's basically giving you the heads up that it's not really a good idea. If he is older than you biologically, then I'm going to say with what the cards showed, he is incredibly immature. Which is almost, I mean, that is actually worse than being attracted to somebody younger. You can be attracted to somebody younger as long as they're mature, then that can still work. But somebody being immature, no matter what their age, man, that's rough. The immature ones don't really know how to think about other people. They can be pretty selfish. Okay, guys, those of you who are new to the room, check out the description box. You can have ideas about things that I'll help you with there. I'm going to be here for 17 more minutes. I think I've answered everybody's questions that has posed one so far. So we've got plenty of time to answer more questions, help build more affirmations, you know, do some mentoring, whatever it is that you guys need. If you haven't already asked a question. And meanwhile, while we're waiting for questions or mentoring suggestions or affirmation suggestions, what else should we talk about, guys? What else should we talk about? I should check my phone. La da da da. My TikTok community is growing, according to that little device. What else should we talk about today, guys? Tie-dye, peace symbols, cherry pie. I totally broke my diet today and went and got ice cream. I got one of those, what do you call it now? One of those Ben & Jerry's. I haven't had ice cream in forever. and I ate like a third of it. I was like, yep, I need to keep that in the freezer for the next day. I'm having a craving day. We'll see what the scale says to me tomorrow. It may have me all depressed again. Hopefully I didn't eat enough for it to do that. We'll see. Yeah, mint chocolate chip. A fractured rib and a sore arm. Oh my goodness. Did you fall on the ice or something? Hello there, Willow. Welcome, welcome. Do I know your first name? Did you change your YouTube name here? Oh. I thought you were going to ask if anybody had a fudge sickle they could share. Oh, wow. I used to breathe in the incense in the Catholic Church sometimes during some of the festival times, like during Lent and Advent. And that used to make me lightheaded, just breathe in that much incense. So I understand. Okay, Willow, message from Spirit. Let's see what we've got for Willow. Willow. I'm using a new deck of cards. I used it the first time today to do some of the dailies. And so it's getting baptized in fire, being used on the live too. I think I like this deck. It has interesting artwork. Okay, so Willow. I do know you. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, that is embarrassing, that's for sure. Okay, Justice card showing up in reverse. And the Knight of Pentacles showing up in reverse. This is where somebody has made an unfair decision. About you having to spend your money. Did your daughter break her phone and now you have to buy her a new phone? Is that what I'm seeing here? Or is this something completely different? With Justice in reverse, we're looking at some kind of unfair decision. And with the Knight of Pentacles talks about that this impacts your finances, that you've had to spend money that you weren't planning on spending or that wasn't really in the budget, or that you're doing something, this decision may be causing you to do something that keeps you from bringing money in to make your budget work. So some kind of corrupt decision that is jacking up your budget is basically the bottom line when I look at these two cards, okay? Die Hard, hello, hello, hello. I just want to get you guys down really quick. I'm going to be here, how long? 10 more minutes. All right, so let's see your best advice around this. La da 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 da. High Priestess in reverse. Ace of Swords in reverse. Gotcha. Six of Swords, right side up. Well, maybe we'll see. Maybe we can ward off a budget issue. High Priestess in reverse just means confusion. I think we pulled this for you one time before in a different deck. High Priestess in reverse to me is somebody who really doesn't know up from down. Just so freaking confused about something going on in their life. So this is basically acknowledging that there's some real confusion around whatever this decision is that impacts your budget. I don't understand why that would be right there. What's going on? Oh, okay. So Ace of Swords in reverse. This is you. For me, the Ace of Swords is passing along good advice or good information to somebody in your sphere of influence, okay? So this is all tied in with this decision about finances that impacts your finances. And with the Six of Swords, I really think what's going on is you're really confused about how somebody could just be so idiotic in their decision making. Like, I hate to say it like that, but that's kind of what came out. So you're passing along to somebody that they better get their shit together, basically. With the Six of Swords, that talks about going from drama, chaos, into calmer, peaceful water. Okay? So this decision that somebody's making that's not a fair decision, that is costing you money, leaves you really confused. Like, why would somebody even think about doing that? So you're saying, listen here, bucko. You better freaking pull your shit together because I'm not tolerating this. That's your advice. All right. So that's Willow. Next up is Die Hard. If there's anybody else in the room that I haven't done a message from Spirit for, or answered a question, or helped with an affirmation, just, check out the description box and put something up there real quick. I can probably fit one more person after Die Hard, I'm thinking. If you get that message in there before I get done with Die Hard's message. If you get your message in the chat box before I get done reading Die Hard's message. How about that? La da 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 da. Aw, Sarah. Glad to see you, love. I've been reading for Sarah and her mom for at least a couple years now. Longer for her mom than for Sarah. La da 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 da. Oh, I just realized something. That means I'm reading for 2 generations in one family already. Whew. That almost gives me chills. Okay, so Die Hard's message from Spirit. Considering I've only been reading since 2012, that's kind of surprising. Alrighty. Die hard. Live hard. You've got the Ace of Pentacles showing up here in reverse. Covered by the Hanged Man, also in reverse. What is he? What is that? Oh, it's a tree. Of course. All right. Can you guys tell I'm not as young as I used to be? Like I'm looking up under my glasses at these cards. La da 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 da. So 2 reversals. Ace of Pentacles, to me, Die Hard talks about giving somebody some type of gift or some kind of second chance. And with the Hanged Man covering, this tells me that you've been sort of holding off or waiting to give somebody a gift or a second chance. And now with the Hanged Man in reverse, now you flip the switch. Now you have Or if this is already, if this is an advance warning ahead of time, maybe you haven't. But once you decide, then you're just going to go ahead and do it, okay? But either way, either you're waiting right now to do this, or you have been waiting to do this and you finally decided to do it. But this talks about waiting to give somebody a gift or a second chance and finally breaking free and just saying, you know what, I'm pulling that trigger. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's look at your best advice here. Best advice shows up with, I'm sorry, this is a new deck to me, so I'm getting distracted. The Strength card in reverse. There's a little heart on the lion's hip. Doesn't that look like a little heart tattoo? Look at him right side up. The lion has tattoos and artwork on him. Okay, so it's Strength in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And guys, when I do a real reading, some of you already know this, when I do a real reading, I don't get distracted like this. Like we stick to business. But the lives, I just have fun here. I just come on and relax and just kind of kick it with y'all. So I hope you don't mind. Four of Wands is the last card in your advice. Okay. So doesn't mean I'm giving you less of a reading. I'm just giving you a little bit more of a dragged out delivery than I would if we were on paid time, where I'd be rushing to get you all the information I could. So best advice here, Strength in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, Four of Wands. Four of Wands is home or family or tribe. Tribe can be family for me. So it looks to me like you're giving somebody a second chance. I don't think they're going to be able to utilize that second chance in a very strong way. In other words, I mean, I don't know how well they're going to be able to step up to the plate for you. Okay. I do feel like it's somebody close to you. It's home, tribe, or family, so it's somebody close to you. I think that when you give them the second chance with the Strength card in reverse, this is saying, they might have really great intentions, but they just may not have the strength to be able to do everything that you really want them to do for this second chance. All right. And then my King of Pentacles in reverse means one of two things for me. It might actually mean both, but definitely one or the other. Could be that this person that you're giving a second chance to, they're broke. Like maybe they're physically broke. Maybe they have no paper. They have no money. Maybe they have nothing in their bank account, nothing in reserve. All right. So they're broke. So that could be part of why they're not able to really live up to what you're hoping for this second chance. Okay. The other thing that happens with me with the King of Pentacles when he shows up in reverse, this is somebody who is not okay up here. Okay. Everything does not add up. 2 and 2 does not necessarily make 4 when this person does math. All right. And that's more in relationship issues. Like they may not be able to comprehend and interact in ways that we would expect. Okay, so this could be somebody, like for an example, not saying that this is the way your person is, but say for an example that this person has a lot of paranoia. And so where you're trying to do something nice to them, maybe you're trying to hand them a plate of food, and then in their mind, because they're not okay up here, they're wondering, did you poison the food? And so they won't eat it. And they may even think that you're out to harm them. That's kind of what I mean. Like you wouldn't really look at this person and go, oh man, they're not with it. They're not okay. But the more you know them, the more you may see. So either they're broke, like financially, or they may be broken, at least, not saying they couldn't be fixed, but they may be broken mentally or emotionally in such a way that it makes it really hard for them to take advantage of the second chance and make the best of it and really impress you, because usually when we give somebody a second chance, we're hoping that they're going to be able to come back strong, and we're hoping that they're going to be able to live up to certain expectations, at least what we had before. I don't think this person can do that. I don't think it's a matter of they don't want to or they don't intend to. I don't think they can do that. And I think that's the heads up. And the sad part of this for me when I look at it is that this is a Four of Wands person, which means this is somebody in your family, your household, or your tribe. So somebody that you're close to, that you care a lot about, is just not able to live up to what your expectations are for this second chance. And you may as well know that going in, because what you're expecting of this person is more than they can do. So you've got some thinking to do. You've got to figure out, can I take what this person can actually give me and be okay with that? Or not? And if not, then what? Especially with them being so close to you. So you've got a dilemma there, honey bunny. That's for sure. Okay, Sarah, you're up next. Message from Spirit for Miss Sarah. Sarah's going to be the last person I read for today, guys. Everybody, if you didn't already, and this was a benefit to you, please put a thumbs up on this video and share it with others so that they can benefit too. And of course, remember, piggyback messages. Just because I'm reading for somebody else doesn't mean it may not relate to you. If you notice that it's resonating for you, please use that information productively in your life. However, if it is not resonating for you, please don't try to stretch it, stomp it, twist it, run over it, tack it to a wall, or anything else to try to make it fit. Just recognize that it's not yours and let the people who need to hear it hear it. It is a lot to think about. You got your decision-making job, your decision-making plate pretty full right there. Okay, Sarah, message from Spirit. Ooh, look at you. Are you going to have a psychic party? A get together with all your friends who are psychic-y, psychic-ish, psychic-y. You're showing up with the High Priestess, Miss Sarah, covered by the Three of Cups. So High Priestess talks about somebody like me, somebody with high intuition and knows how to use it. Okay. And the Three of Cups talks about friends and friendship. So this talks about spending some good time with friends who probably are psychic, or maybe you're all going to see a psychic together, but spending some good time with friends, and this has to do with psychic abilities one way or another. Okay. So, just let me know if you want to book a Zoom psychic party. I do those, and they are fun. But I am just teasing you. Let's see about your best advice here. Ooh, your very next card is a 3 as well. 3 of Pentacles. Followed by 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Followed by 6 of Cups in reverse. That's interesting. Oh, Sarah, do you read cards yet? Notice I said yet. Because if you don't now, I think you will at some point. La da 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 da. La da da la da da. Because I'm thinking, looking at your advice, I'm thinking that your situation is actually that you read cards for your friends. Okay? So that's what I'm thinking the situation is that we're looking at that Spirit wants to talk to you about. Now, here's the advice. Three of Pentacles, this is collaboration. This is the tip-off that you're actually reading for your friends. And this kind of confirms it because you've got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. You're reading for your friends at no charge. They're not paying you anything for it. Okay? Now, here's what I don't like about this. Six of Cups in reverse. The prophet has no glory in his own home. You familiar with that? That's actually something that's probably a little paraphrased, to be honest, but it comes out of the Bible. And it's a quote from Jesus, although, like I said, it's probably paraphrased. But basically, Jesus was explaining that, like his family, his tribe members, I don't know how much you guys have studied the Bible, but they actually called him like a lunatic. Basically, they thought he was crazy. But the literal translation of the word that they used for him was moonstruck, which in our vernacular would be crazy. They thought he was crazy. Okay. Now we know that a lot of people consider Jesus a master, an ascended master. A lot of people consider Jesus the savior. He's kind of a big deal. But the people in his home considered him a lunatic and crazy. Kind of ridiculous. But he was explaining that by saying the prophet has no glory in his own home. He has no respect in his own home. So this is basically saying when you're reading for your friends, and it makes sense that you're not comfortable with it, definitely, because when you're reading for your friends, you're not requiring them to pay you, and they are giving you no respect for what you're reading. They're probably trying to correct you as you're reading for them. That happens a lot when we're new, before we have our confidence built up. The worst thing we can do to build our confidence up when we're reading cards is to read for our friends. Dear Lord, heaven forgive us. That's just the worst thing we can do. Because they always think they know better than us. And until you get some cockiness under your belt and you can actually look at your friend and say, oh, so what you're trying to tell me is such and such and this and that didn't happen earlier. Is that what you're saying? Because that's exactly what fits into these cards. I was just trying to be nice and not point it out with an I told you so. Until you get that kind of cockiness, those friends are going to walk all over you and make you feel less and less confident. Don't read for your friends. Read for strangers. Read for strangers. And the other thing is, if you want to get respect, and you should get respect, you're going to have to start charging for your readings. Okay? And I'm going to tell you something that goes way back to my early days. I was reading for friends when I first began. Okay? I wasn't very confident. I had just figured out I had psychic abilities. I'd been using them my whole life, but I thought everybody did. I thought it was like breathing. That's why we didn't talk about it. Everybody breathes. You don't talk about that either. And then I found out I had psychic abilities and I started doing readings for people. And when I first started, I was doing straight up energy readings. I wasn't even bothering with the cards. I did about 4 readings for friends. And they were crazy, crazy accurate, like freaked me out. Of course, I had never been to a psychic before, so I didn't really understand what it was all about until it started happening to me. And I was like, oh my God. I did 4 readings. My spirit guides knocked me on my ass and told me, no more. No more free readings. You obviously are not just practicing at this point. You've already seen the evidence of that. It's time to start charging. Sarah, it's time for you to start charging for your readings, honey bunny. Now, here's why you charge for your readings. Because I would have went forever and never charged for readings and just done them as a service forever. You know, there's a lot of people that think because it's something spiritual, you should never charge for it. But I would never have charged for it if I had not heard from my spirit guides. And here's the explanation that they gave me. And it goes right along with your message. Prophet has no glory in his own home. And you're not charging these people. So they're getting it free. Okay? People don't value things that are free. All right? And my spirit guides were saying this to me exactly, that people are not valuing what they can receive for free. If you don't attach a value, they don't attach a value. They think it's trash because it's free. It's disposable. So when you're bringing them information that's helpful for their lives and helpful for them to make good decisions moving forward, to them it's disposable. It's just like the pair of shoes that they bought at frickin' dollar shoe store. Disposable. And Spirit was getting on to me because Spirit was saying, look, if you're not going to charge for your own behalf, then you need to charge for our behalf, because we are altering our energy to be understood by you whenever you read for somebody. And that applies whether you're using tools like cards or runes or whatever. We are altering our energy so that you can pick that up, so that you can pick up that information. And if you pick up that information and offer it for free, nobody's going to appreciate it. And we're not going to keep doing it because it's worth more than free for us to do this. So I considered myself duly admonished, and I started charging. And at first I just started charging. I said, donation, whatever donation you feel like is fair. The first person who paid me in a donation paid me $85. And I had a couple other donations that were reasonable. That one I almost fell on my ass when I counted the money after I got home. I couldn't believe it. But the other ones were more reasonable. And then I had a lady who had me read for her for an hour and gave me a donation of $12 and thought that was okay. And I was not okay with that. I was making more than that at my regular job at that point. And that's when I started charging, and I started praying about how much to charge. And so that's when I ended up with the rates that I've got now. But you don't want to do this for free because you're not going to be respected. It's not going to be appreciated. It's not going to be honored. These people are not going to take these messages and do anything productive in their lives with these messages if they don't have to pay for them. Something about the human mind. When we shell out money, we figure we should do something with that information. So your days of free readings, Spirit's basically telling you your days of free readings are over. You're in that same spot I was. That shit's done. You're not practicing anymore, baby. It's time to charge. Got it? You're quite welcome. Listen, if you want any mentoring on getting word out about you and the services that you offer, then give me a call, and sometime I'll be happy to we'll set up an appointment, and I'll be happy to share some information with you. No charge because you're Froggy's daughter. Okay? I'll be looking forward to hearing from you, honey bunny. All right, guys, that's it for me. I've been here a little bit extra, so it's time for me to take off. Everybody have a fantastic, fantastic weekend, and I'll see you guys back on the next video. Peace out.